It is 11 a.m. here in London. It's 1 p.m. in Damascus. I'm Monita Rajpal at the Olympic Park. You're watching CNN. This is World One. So the whole nation rests squarely on this building today. Special day on the track yesterday, but also high hopes today. Team GB aims to smash their 19 gold medal tally achieved in Beijing. And can they do it? And the woman here to answer it, Zain Verjee.
If they're going to do it anytime, it's going to have to be here. They have the home advantage. You know, they're just gorging on medals, 18 gold medals, which is basically one less than what happened in Beijing. So they really need one more to tie it and then another gold to basically beat it. So everyone in this country is on edge and hoping that it can happen today, because this is the biggest medal haul in something more than like 104 years already.
Thank you very much for that. We'll keep an eye on all the events. We'll have you back on the show a little bit later on. But we want to talk a little bit more about the cycling. The finals get going around 5 p.m. tonight. That's in just under 6 hours from now. Stephen Wyman is a cycling coach who's trained British Olympic gold medalists Di King and Joanna Rousel. Stephen, thank you very much for joining us here on World One. Stephen Wyman, their cycling coach, who has trained British Olympic gold medalists, and he joins us via Skype from the French. Gunman in Sunday's Sikh temple shootings was a member of a white supremacist rock band, law enforcement authorities had said. 40-year-old Wade Michael Page was killed by police in the Wisconsin temple after a shooting rampage left 6 people dead. Wade fronted a white power band called End Apathy. And that was promoted on a neo-Nazi website. Friends of the former Army sergeant said he was involved with white supremacy groups and talked of a racial holy war. The FBI said there is still no motive for Sunday's shootings, and they continue to investigate the incident as a possible act of domestic terrorism. For more details on the suspected shooter, David Mattingly joins us now live from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. David.
Well, 24 hours ago, we couldn't even tell you his name, but
they're live from Oak Creek in Wisconsin. UK-based bank Standard Chartered could be kicked out of Wall Street. It's being accused of scheming with Iran and leaving the U.S. market open to terrorists, drugs, traffickers, and corrupt regimes. New York's top financial regulator says the bank secretly made thousands of illegal transactions in Iran to the tune of $250 billion, earning the bank millions in fees. Standard Chartered has released a statement saying it strongly rejects and contests. Joined now by World Business Today's Nina DeSantis live at our London bureau. Nina, how damaging is this for Standard Chartered?
Yeah, from a reputational point of view, this is hugely damaging, Monita, because this is one of the banks that stayed well above and out of all of the LIBOR scandal. It wasn't.
Standard Chartered isn't the only British bank to be facing authorities in the U.S. recently. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, this is what I was hinting at before. HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank.
No doubt you'll have more on this coming up on World Business Today a little bit later on here on CNN. Thank you for that. You're watching World One live from London. Welcome back. Torrential rains have killed more than 50 people in the Philippines in recent weeks, and floodwaters continue to rise. Water is waist deep in some parts of Manila, and authorities are evacuating the worst affected areas. Dams near Quezon City have been breached, and the waters closed the Philippine Stock Exchange. CNN producer Alex Zolbert joins us now live from Manila with more on the situation there. Alex?
You know, Monita, just as you were throwing to me, the heavy rain has started once again, and it's been like that for the past day or two.
Behind Alex, it is continuing to rain very heavily there in Manila. Let's go to our meteorologist, Mari Ramos, at the World Weather Center with more on the situation, the forecast there, Mari.
Those pictures are really amazing. The forecast, unfortunately, calls for more rain, heavy rain at times, across portions of central and southern Luzon. Now, I want to go ahead and give you some of these rainfall totals because they are truly spectacular. Look at these, just in the last 24 hours, and the new numbers from the most recent rainfall have not even come in. But Manila has had over 389 millimeters. Iba.
All right. Mari, thank you for that. Sure. You're watching World One live from London. Coming up, as Syria undergoes more fighting and more defections, switching gears now, there are just 6 days left till the end of the London Olympics. As a host nation, there's no doubt many Brits are basking in the success of the Games so far. But exactly 1 year ago, the atmosphere here in London was very different. Covered the riots for us, and he joins us now from Peckham in South London, one of the worst hit areas. Dan? And I'm going to let many people be wondering what kind of legacy the Olympic Games will mean for those issues as well and for the people as well of London. Dan, thank you very much for that. Dan Rivers joining us there from South London in Peckham. And we'll be right back from the Olympic Park. Stay with us. Welcome back to World One, and we are live here from the Olympic Park, and a lot of action taking place in the various facilities behind us today. Amanda Davis joins us now with what we can expect and what's been happening so far.
Yeah, it's already underway, and there's a couple of big stories that have happened already. The first of which is that the 2008 triple jump silver medalist Phillips Aduwu, a home favourite, is out of the triple jump. He failed to qualify for the finals. He had a lot of problems with injury. Some people were worried he wouldn't even make it to the games, but he did turn up today, did compete, but only registered 2 jumps, neither of which were long enough to take him through to the final. So that's a big blow for Team GB. And then it couldn't have got any worse than Beijing for Liu Zhang, or could it? Sadly, it did. This morning we had the long-awaited return to Olympic action of China's superstar in the 110-metre hurdle heat. It's quite difficult not to brag, really, but it was a brilliant day, and I was lucky enough to have the accreditation.
And the photographs.
Yeah, and the photos.
Souvenir.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're watching World One live from London at 8 p.m. in Tokyo. Now, Brits may have been accused of failing to get into the Olympic spirit before the Games, but now Olympic mania has well and truly hit fever pitch, and as the medals pile up for Team GB, the feel-good factor has infected the stiffest of upper lips, athletes and fans alike. Zain joins us now, and you've been speaking to one fan who let it all go.
It was the most adorable moment so far of the Olympics, I think. I met with Henry Kaplan that got a surprise hug from Andy Murray. He told me a little bit about how it happened and how he felt. Take a look.
Did he hug me?
Lucky you're fan.
Oh, Monita, love you. I also asked Henry Kaplan there for a hug, and he didn't give me one.
Give you
So,
one? Well, it's only for Olympic
if
winners.
you could get a hug from any of your favorite athletes, who would it be?
I said it before. Roger Federer is watching, and he wants to hand out hugs. I'll take one.
I would take a hug from Usain Bolt, Juanita.
Well, speaking of Usain Bolt, nice segue there. He did win his 200-meter heat, and that's we heard a lot of cheering. So we'll be watching a lot more to see how that shapes up as well.
He says it's his favorite race, the 200. He's been asked so many times, are you the world's sprinting legend? And he goes, only if I win the 200-meter. That final
Zain, thank you very much for that. You are watching World One live from Olympic Park. For Zain, Verjee, I'm Monita Rajpal.
You are.
Thank you for joining us. The headlines are next.